Hello everybody. Today we're just going to see what is meant by uninformed search and informed search. So first let me see what is meant by uninformed search with an example in detail. So in the last slides we have seen what are the types of uninformed search and informed search, right? So let me see with an example in detail. So we know uninformed search, the name itself indicates it is uninformed. There is no information about the particular problem. So uninformed search is a class of general purpose search algorithm which operates in brute force way. Uninformed search algorithms do not have additional information about the state or search space other than how to traverse the tree. So it is also called as blind search. So it does not contain any domain knowledge. It operated in a brute force way. It simply searched without any information about the search space like initial state operators and test for the goal. It doesn't know any information. That is what uninformed search is about. Whereas informed search, it uses domain knowledge. It knows the knowledge. It is more efficient than uninformed. It is also called as a heuristic. A guarantee for best solution, but guarantee and find a good solution in a reasonable time. It solves complex problems. So let me see with an example for each search. First one, we just see what is in my uninformed search. This algorithm, so we know everything goes under the algorithmic way, right? So in order to solve a problem, there is algorithm is needed. So this algorithm searches breadthwise in a tree or graph, so it is called BFS. So first example, we just going to see uninformed searches BFS. So BFS, it starts from searching from a root node of the tree and expand all success node at a current level before moving to the end of the next level. It follows FIFO-Q data structure. So it is the most common searching strategy for traversing a tree or a graph. This algorithm searches, we know the name itself indicates it's breadthwise. So it is called as a BFS. Its algorithm starts searching from root node of the tree and expand all the successor node at the current level before moving to the node next level. The breadth-first search is an example for general graph search algorithm. BFS implement using FIFO-Q data structure, as we know. So what are the advantages by using this BFS? It provides a solution if any solution exists. If there are more than one solution for a given problem, then BFS will provide a minimal solution which requires the least number of steps. So there is some disadvantages also in using BFS. It requires lot of memory since each level of the tree must be saved into memory to expand the next level. BFS needs lot of time if the solution is so far from the root node. Let me see with an example so that you might get clear of what is meant by BFS. So this is the diagrammatic representation of BFS. So we have traversing of the tree using BFS algorithm from root node S to goal node K. So here the root node is S and goal node is K. How to traverse using BFS? That is an example going to be here. BFS search algorithm traverse in layers, so it will follow the path which is shown by the dotted arrow. And traversed path will be, so as per this example, from S to A, next comes to B, and next comes to C, next comes to D, and then comes to G, reaching G after to H, and next comes to E, next comes to F, then comes to I, then comes to K. So by this way, this breadth-first search is getting traversed from each node and reaching the goal node. So we know the time factors need to be analyzed for performance measure, right? So for time complexity, how far the time is getting happen using this BFSs, the time complexity of BFS algorithm can be obtained by number of nodes traversed in BFS until the shallowest node, where D equal to depth of shallowest solution and B is the node at the every state. So while calculating time complexity, we get order of B power D. Whereas space complexity here we can calculate by using the BFS algorithm in a given by memory size of frontier, which is order of B power D. So completeness here you have to consider is BFS is complete, which means if the shallowest goal node is at some finite depth, then BFS will find a solution. Optimality, BFS optimal if the path cost is non-decreasing function of the depth of the node. So this is what BFS is considered. BFS is breadth first search. So name itself indicate it just traversing each node in breadthwise. Got it? Traversing each node from breadthwise. So by reaching each node in breadthwise and attaining the goal through this search. So by attaining these goals, we just calculate how far time complexity is taken, how far space is occupies in the particular memory. By calculating these, what will be the advantage of the particular problem, what will be the disadvantages by applying this breadth first search. So this is how we just calculate the particular problem, particular example, how way it is helpful for the particular problem, and how way it is giving a solution. So what will be the drawback, what will be the performance of the particular problem, we can analyze from this, right? The next comes what we are just going to see is DFS, that is depth first search. So it name itself indicates depth first search. So depth first search is a recursive algorithm for traversing a tree or graph data structure. So it starts from root and follow each path to its greatest depth node before moving to the next. It is called as DFS because it starts from root node and follow each path into the greatest node before moving to the next path. It uses stack for implementation, whereas in BFS it uses queue for queue data structure. Here it uses stack implementation. The process of DFS is similar to that of BFS algorithm. So what are the advantage of using this DFS, which means it requires very less memory as it only needs to store stack of the nodes on the path from root to the current node. It takes less time to reach the goal node than BFS algorithm. Probably there will be disadvantage of using in particular problems. Let me see. There is a possibility that many states keep reoccurring and there is no guarantee of finding the solution. DFS algorithm goes for deep down searching, and sometimes it may go to the infinite loop. So that is what two drawbacks we are facing in the DFS. Let me see an example of DFS, where the same example we are taking how far the DFS is going to be support for this problem. We shown the diagrammatic representation, the flow of depth first search, and it will follow order root node, next comes to left and next comes to right. It will start searching from root node S and then comes to traverse A, then B and then D, B and then D and then E. A, B, then D, then comes to E. After traversing E, it will backtrack the tree as E and has no other successor and still goal node is not found. After backtracking, it will traverse node C and then G, and here it will terminate as found a goal node. So once it found a goal node, it traverses to the it won't backtrack if it is found. If it doesn't found, it again traverses to the root node and then comes to H and I and J and so and so. So while calculating completeness of this program, this example, DFS search algorithm is complete within finite state space as it will expand every node within a limited search tree. Time complexity. The time complexity of DFS will be equivalent to the node traversed by the algorithm. So it will be calculated as T of n equal to 1 plus n square plus n cube so on till n power m. So we can calculate time complexity of this is order of n power m, where m is the maximum depth of any node and this can be much larger than d. While calculating space complexity, DFS algorithm needs to store only single path from the root node. Hence, space complexity of DFS is equal to the size of the fringe set, which is order of Bm. Optimal, we can say it as DFS search algorithm is non-optimal as it may generate a large number of steps or high cost to reach the goal node. So this is what the example says about BFS and DFS. BFS which calculate breadth first search, whereas DFS which calculate from depth wise. So deeper sense it will go, in that deeper if it finds the goal, it will not backtrack. If it not found, it will backtrack to the original position from root node, and then it start traversing from in deeper way. Henceforth it will continue until the goal is reached. This is what is meant by depth first search and breadth first search. Thank you.